You particularly have had some pretty awesome accomplishments in your business. 9 years in the industry teaches you a lot. What's something that you're the most proud of?
I was the most proud of getting to the top 2%. That was a big milestone for me at that time. It was the point of I did this. Like, I came from, this is a joke, to, okay, they're doing it, I can do it, to actually just like doing what I said I was going to do,
Mhm.
actually putting actions behind my words,
Yeah.
to making that happen, all alongside still working a full-time job.
Hmm.
So showing people that you do not have to, this doesn't have to be your life. It needs to be a priority. I always tell people it's got to be in your top 10. If it's not going to be in your top 10 priorities, I don't know if you're going to make it that far in this business. But it doesn't have to be the main thing. And for me, it's never been the main thing. So, like, I think that shows people that doesn't really take that much time. You just have to be committed.
We are Attraction Marketing. Welcome.
Melinda Spencer.
Oh.
What's up?
What's up? What's going on?
Dude, I'm so excited you're here.
I'm excited to be.
We get to hang out, chop it up a little bit, talk about some stuff. One thing that I will tell you that's been awesome for me is to see somebody like you that comes in that's absolutely a card-carrying savage in life, but in business. And yet at the same time, has that elegance and the ability to walk into a room and just light it up.
Thank you.
Where'd that come from?
Background in athletics and public speaking for years.
Yeah.
I would say.
Were you like competitive athletics?
Yes, since I was very young, competitive athletics, went D1 for softball, and then since then just involved in any possible thing I can compete in, from Spartan races to half marathons to bodybuilding, jiu-jitsu, and everything in between.
Yeah. And when you go, like you're
Right.
bodybuilding, powerlifting.
Yeah, powerlifting too.
Yeah. How's that going?
My injury, you wanna
Yeah,
talk about that?
yeah.
No, I recently got back into it after being off for 6 years, doing really well, and then pulled a quad. So I've had to take about a month off, but I think I'm gonna compete again end of August.
Nice.
So,
Very nice.
yeah.
And jiu-jitsu.
it's going.
We could talk
It's
about
a
this all day.
journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
Try not to take the conversation down the jiu-jitsu road
Yeah.
too far, but you are purple?
I'm a blue belt.
Okay.
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for about 4.5 years.
Sorry.
So potentially purple's around the corner at this point, but we'll see.
That's
It's a
awesome.
journey. We don't do it for the belt, but
That's right. Yeah. People always ask the question. They're always like, I wonder where she's at. So I have to ask the question.
yeah,
And more importantly, it's that you're doing it.
right.
It's really cool.
Right. It's a long journey.
But you're competitive.
I am.
How does that help in business?
As long as it's competitiveness against yourself and not what other people are doing, it's a good thing. But I think it more helps with the mindset of nothing is going to get in my way. So no matter what obstacle is going to come at me, it's never going to be something that's going to make me. I think with business, especially network marketing, it has to be a long-term business.
Did you get into network? Was there something like appealing about it, or was it haphazard? What was the?
It was almost by accident.
Really?
Yeah, I was the anti-network marketing girl. I always said, I didn't make fun of it, but I always said I'd never do it. I went even so far as I would used to host parties for people because I was like the nice friend with the open kitchen.
Yeah.
And I would try to be nice, and they always tried to get me into their thing, and I always said no. And then it went so far as a woman actually followed me into my workplace, chased me into the bathroom while I was in a stall to try to get me to join her network marketing team. It was a jewelry company at the time.
Did that work?
It did not work.
That
So
tactic
that's
doesn't work.
not a good tactic. It was a bit ridiculous. So I was always, please keep me away from this.
Yeah.
Until I had an acquaintance at a CrossFit gym kind of opened my mind up to the fact that I was already doing things through bodybuilding and through CrossFit at the time with promoting through almost like an affiliate means.
Yeah.
Like use my code, discount. And she really sat down with me and showed me the difference between making money with that and actually building something for myself versus building something for someone else's company. That's what kind of.
Nice.
Yeah.
Were you at like when you were young? Did you have any like entrepreneurial blood in you, or was it kind of something that was newer?
Newer.
Yeah.
I didn't have it growing up. My mom was a teacher. My dad was an arborist, so the guy that goes in the trees with the belts.
Yeah.
Also was in the Army.
Wow.
But they were 9 to 5 jobbers. and didn't have that entrepreneurial mindset. So I really don't know where.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you so obviously the competitive athlete. How long have you been in the industry?
9 years.
Okay, so you got some turns around the sun.
Yeah.
Some experience. How's it been?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say my first 3 years, I didn't do much. I was kind of that person that was just happy to be here, sold to friends and like people that would, be interested in purchasing. I didn't do any social media. I didn't really have many parties. I wasn't really active. And I was fine with that at the time. But my upline, who I owe a lot of credit to, kept me involved in
Mhm.
everything. So I would say I've been active in network marketing for 6 years. First 3 years, I was upline.
Yeah. You have been somebody that I actually actively follow. I'll watch your stories because you do an awesome job with that. One thing I love about that is there is an actual earnest, like an obvious, like I want to help people and a no holds barred, no punches pulled approach. Where did that come from? That's just you.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's just my personality.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I would say I'm not a people person. Like I don't generally like a lot of people, but I can get along with everybody. I think there's a difference. And
Definitely.
I like to help people, especially people that don't believe in themselves. I think that's the biggest thing is like when there's so many people that don't have that confidence in themselves to do anything. Just, I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not muscular enough. No one's going to listen to me. Like that type of person, I like to try to bring out them, like
Mhm.
show them their greatness. That's what I enjoy.
What
about it.
about that for you is important? Like, how come you're drawn to that?
I think because I have it. Like it's something that I naturally, I'm for the most part confident. And I've seen what that confidence can lead to and the doors that it can open.
Mhm.
And I know a lot of people who are amazing people, but they hold themselves back.
Yeah. It's weird too, because when you see that, it's like you can see the potential and maybe they can't, or maybe they don't want to.
Well, yeah, one of the two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that like? Cause like when I watch some of the things that you post, you almost never talk about your program or your company or your product. When you do, it's so natural that you almost feel like, well, I'm glad she said that. Whereas the other way of doing it is, here we go again. The person's rolling their eyes. So talk me through a little bit about just sort of what your intention is. You're thinking like, I'm about to go live. Are you clear on what you're about to talk about, or you just let it rip?
Both. It depends. A lot of times I'm letting it rip because I'm in a moment where I just had a conversation with someone and it sparked something in me, or I saw something, or something happened at jujitsu, or whatever. I was in the moment and I just feel like it could add some sort of value to the people that do follow me.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's planned out, but most of the time it's not. And I feel like when I'm unscripted, it's almost more engaging.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be, it's what I tell my team, like when you're online, you don't want to be selling things constantly. Like no one wants a billboard. And if people want to look through a catalog, they can do that. They buy into you and what you're doing, not your product or the thing you're offering.
Yeah.
So you got to like make it relatable as to how can this help me? Like what's the
Mhm.
problem that they're facing and how can this?
Do you have you been like a student of the problems that they're having? Like, have you just gone like deep into this is what's really making them itch? Or do you find that information comes to you just by talking to them?
It was part of me getting into network marketing, like part of what drew me in financially to network marketing. And then part of what I've seen teammates go through and why their decisions were the way they were to join the industry.
Mm.
So it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, makes sense. How long was it between like where you started and where you started going online, like building your business online?
Here.
Here?
Here. I grew to the top 2% of my company old school. I
Mm.
was driving all over the place. I was in the DMs, and it worked for a period of time, especially during COVID. We boomed during COVID, but everything was online, but I still wasn't posting content. I only would be in my stories. So I have always used my stories.
Mhm.
I haven't always used my actual paid for business items. So when
Interesting.
I joined here is when I made a promise to myself that I was going to start creating content. So this was the turning point for content creation.
Interesting. Was that a growth thing for you, or is it like, I've been meaning to do this, I'm just gonna do it more? Or did you have to kind of be like, all right,
I had to make the switch. My business was dropping, so we got there. It was fun. It was great. Good time. Everyone's always feeling good when they're making money and things are amazing
yeah,
until they're not. Until there was just a shift in my team. Love them all. It's a great experience. They're all still with me, but not at the same capacity of business building.
yeah,
And so I saw the shift in my business going downward. Like I remember the months that it started to happen, and I said, "This is going to be a problem."
yeah.
Like not to think negatively.
Mm.
It's like I have to find something. And then I was on the couch and one of Fernie's ads popped up. And I was like, I feel like this is the something.
Hmm.
And then I had to make the switch. I was
Yeah,
like, because what I'm doing is really not long-term sustainable. And a lot of people I was finding on my team, even like post-COVID especially, didn't want to go back into the in-person realm. Like they're not joining a network marketing team to work their ass off and drive 2 hours every 3 days to sit in someone's kitchen.
yeah,
Some people are great at that and they love it, and I've done it a
yeah,
lot, but it wasn't like a lot of people on my team still work a 9 to 5 job and they don't necessarily want to quit their jobs. So how can I find a way to help coach and teach them how to do this without spending hours a week in a car?
yeah. You know, it's surprising. There's a lot of more people that fit into that category than I think realize. We'll think most people want to quit their job,
Right.
fire their boss,
Yep.
retire their spouse, that typical thing, where it's a departure from a job
Mhm.
full time in the business. Some people love their job, like genuinely proud of their career, don't want to quit it. It's not even like they're beholden to it, the golden handcuff type
Mhm.
thing. They just like, man, I don't want to quit it, so I just want something I can do on the side. It's awesome. Maybe someday I'll do it full time, but
Right.
right now it's cool being like the part time thing. So it's that's the cool part about the industry is it can work for almost anybody. And I'm not somebody who tries to wave the flag and say network marketing is the greatest thing ever, but it is something that's very interesting because it'll meet people where they're at. Yeah. Have you found that more people want the full-time or the part-time thing when they're coming to you? When they
Part-time.
part-time?
Yeah, and I will never be the person that tells them or puts out this information that join this, you're going to make this, and you're going to be able to leave your job, because I've seen too many people actually do that. And then when the roller coaster happens of entrepreneurship, it shits the bed.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they cannot any longer rely on that network marketing income to actually fund the things that they need to pay for.
Mhm.
So I always say it's a great side thing if and until it can become a full-time thing, and you have to make that decision for
Nice.
yourself.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of part-timers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Your approach to it has always impressed me. You see it as a profession and you treat it like a professional.
Yeah.
So even if a person's part-time, how would they adopt that behavior or that attitude, that approach?
Yeah, it's not a if you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby, and we've heard that a million times. So if you want this to be a good income, I make full-time income with this,
Mhm.
even though I work part-time at this.
Mhm.
And if you treat it like a business, it will pay you like a business. Like you
Mhm.
have to take it seriously. And if you treat it like a hobby, the people that join you will do the same thing. Like I want when we have to, in our company, one of our things is when you go top 2%, you have to name your region or nation. That's like one of our things.
Okay.
And we were not necessarily because of Eric Worre, but the GoPro region, because you need to be a professional. And if you join this team, that's how I treat it. Now you can make that decision for yourself with how you want to treat it, and I'll support you regardless.
Mhm.
But if you want it to pay you like a profession, you have to treat it.
Oh yeah.
It's not gonna, yeah. There's no other way around that.
Was there a shift for you at all, or did you come into the industry like that? What? And actually, let me back up. Was there a point? Where was the point where you're like, you know what? I'm doing this. This is going to be something I'm going to go all in on. Because you were the supportive friend,
Yeah.
the pleasant friend,
Yeah.
the polite friend, or whatever. And then where did it go from that to, dude, I'm doing this?
I think I saw a few other. I went to my first event. My upline dragged me to this event. It was like a stay overnight sort of thing, and I was like, I don't know. I'll go. Fine, there's martinis there. Like, twist
Yes.
my arm. And when I was there, I saw two people specifically that got on stage and spoke. And I'm like, I love public speaking. I'm very weird, and I like public speaking. I'm not perfect at it, but I like it. and they were horrible. Not only at public speaking, but even just talking about their point, even if they were doing it in a non-professional type manner, they were not good. And that actually helped me more, I think, than if they were excellent, because I went, I don't know how they tie their shoes in the morning. The fact that those people are making that amount of money per month is wild to me. And I'm sitting here treating this like, oh, maybe my mom will buy something from me. That's
Yeah.
fun. Like, no. So that was a switching point. And I was like, there's so many people out there that just literally believe in what they have and they're making boatloads of money. And I'm just sitting back doing nothing. So that was
You flip the switch.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now you start moving into the, back on the timeline, sort
Yep.
of, you're kind of on the online side. Was there resistance, or were people around you being like, oh, well, that makes sense? Or were they seeing it like, what are you doing?
They were pretty supportive. I
Yeah.
mean, the people in my team that were active in building, I just said, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to push into the online space. I'm going to see how this works. It's not going to be a negative. Nothing bad is going to happen from it, because I do not want to sustain what I'm doing right now. And you can watch me and see how it works, and I'll help you along the way. So everyone was pretty supportive.
Cool.
No problem.
Yeah. Have you ever had to deal with that from like people above you? Questions, turned up nose, that kind of thing? Or has it been pretty much just let Melinda do her thing?
Pretty much let Melinda do her thing.
That's great.
I haven't had a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably smart too.
Good.
You don't want to get run over, yeah? Melinda will crush you.
I will do it anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, I care and I'll listen, but I'm not going to change what I'm doing if I don't.
Yeah.
I don't generally take advice from people that aren't doing more than me.
Your passion is what? Like, what's the thing that you love most about your business that gets you up in the morning? You're like, dude, let's go get some.
Honestly, I'm financially driven. Like, I love helping people. That's number one.
Yep.
Helping people with their belief in themselves,
Mhm.
regardless of what I do. I do Toastmasters too, like helping people public speaking, like
Right.
those types of things. But I'm very financially driven in the fact that I have a very specific and certain plan that I want to play out. And
Mhm.
I believe that this is part of the avenue that will make that happen.
Dude, I love that clarity and how savagely, like, on no holds barred, that's the answer for you. How were you always that way? Were you super clear? If somebody's not, have you worked with people where they just like seem to lack the clarity of what they want and
Yeah.
the point? How do you help that? Like, how do you address that?
A lot of times I don't, I'll try to dig down. Like, I don't know if you like the 8 questions or whatever it is, like, why?
Yeah.
Why? So why are you doing this?
Mhm.
Okay, I want to make more money. Well, why will that help you?
Mhm.
Because I want to cut down on my hours. Well, why do you want to cut down on your hours? Because I want to spend more time with your children. Why do you want to spend more time with your children? Because, and I think like when you get deep enough, like people start crying, including myself, which is rare.
Mhm.
And that ends up being the, okay, so this is why you're doing it.
Mhm.
This is why, that's your reason,
Yeah.
right? It's not just like the surface level.
What's your 8-level deep answer?
God. I just want to own more of my time. Like I'm always going to be working. That's never going to change. But I
Right.
think that the constant 9 to 5 grind, like I love traveling. Traveling is one of my main things. I think seeing the world is important.
Yeah.
And being caught up in a job that I actually do love and have a lot of flexibility with, it's just not going to happen at the rate that I want it to happen at.
100%.
Right.
Yeah. The rate you want it to happen at.
Correct.
Life is freaking short.
Short.
But life
People
is
think they have time.
Yeah.
We do not have time.
the thing I always say is life is short, but life is long.
Yeah.
So it's like life is short. You have to treat it with that level of not intensity, but that level of like, let's make this happen intention, right?
Yeah.
But then life is long. It's like, what are we going to fill it with?
Right.
I mean, time's going to pass if time's going to pass.
Right.
So where are we going? What's the travel?
Going everywhere.
Yeah.
Some places by myself, some places with my husband, some places with my daughter, stepson, whoever. But I have a whole list.
And your list is
I have
awesome.
a full. I have a
We're going to go
huge
there?
list. Where?
Well, I mean, like we talked about this at
The
one of the events.
pyramids.
The pyramids.
Iceland again. Do Iceland again. I like remote places. I generally like more remote places versus high touristy areas.
Yeah.
So like I want to go to Antarctica. I want to go to those type of
Yeah.
cool off the beaten path places.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And so those are very interesting things that would be a driver for the financial side to it. If somebody cannot connect to that
Mhm.
and be really honest that there has to be a financial mechanism to
Yeah.
the business, do you help them with that? Like, how would you connect them? Because at some point they have to be realistic. We're here to make money, dude. Like, it's fine to be philanthropic and it's fine to be, altruistic and all these things. And we want that. But at some point they have to arrive at the station where it's like, bro, we're going to make money.
Yeah.
How do you help somebody that overcome that kind of, maybe it's a trepidation, maybe it's a fear, or maybe it's just a bias. They're like, I don't want to be one of those people.
I think women have a tougher time with this than men. With a lot of women won't admit that they like making money, whereas men are be like, dude, I
Yeah.
don't want to. It's more with us, but uh, I always say it's like a network marketing can be a means to something else. So I'll use an example from my team of someone that like loves teaching. Like teaching is her world, and she has all these dreams with teaching, and she is a teacher, a school, and she's not driven by money. Like she says she's not driven by money, and I believe her.
Mhm.
But in order for, I was like, okay, well, how all these dreams that you have with teaching and different things you want to do, and she's an artist and she's not from this country. So like traveling and like all these things that you want to do, how are you going to do that without money? And can like network marketing be something that can help fund the other dreams that you have? Because ultimately most things cost money.
Mm.
And so like you might love to help and love to do this and love to do that, but you're not going to have the freedom to do those things
Yeah.
if you don't have the money to do them.
Yeah.
So just trying to connect the dots for them.
So funny how people will feel like, oh, I'm going to sell my soul if I make this about money. It's like, no, you won't. You actually won't. If anything, you may find a part of it. It may come alive because you're like, that's awesome, because then I can do more of the things that are really important to me.
Yeah.
By actually putting the economic mechanism to it, which is, it's a crazy thing for me that we actually have trainings and things that we talk about inside the community about this. But to me, it's fun to watch somebody light up and they're like, oh, cool. So I'm not a scumbag by making money. You're like, no, man, you actually help. You're beneficial when you do that. It's a lot of fun. Hey, my friends, hope you're enjoying the show. I wanted to take a quick minute and invite you to something very cool. If you are tired of following up with dead leads, if you're tired of all the spammy, scammy conversations online, if you're tired of chasing down friends, family, and people you work with just to get somebody interested in your business, and you would actually like to talk to highly qualified people who have a genuine interest in doing business with you, then we have our all-digital 5-day boot camp that teaches you all the things that we do, and it will help you get 3 to 7 new customers each and every single week. That's our personal guarantee to you. If you want to take advantage of that, click the link directly below this, or you can go to attractionmarketing.com/YouTube. Now, let's get you back to the show. You also love going to concerts.
Depends on the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, but we got to go there
Okay.
because it's like hilariously fun how and it's important because it's your brand message.
Yeah.
It's how you show your true self. And I want to actually be specific
Yeah,
on this
go
because
for
it's going to make people smile and laugh.
Okay.
What are some of the concerts you love, and especially some you've gone to recently?
Recently, I've been to Korn and Marilyn Manson. I've been to it. My first concert ever was the Spice Girls when I was in middle school. That counts. Does that count? But I mean Alice in Chains, and I've seen a bunch of, well, obviously with the new singer, not the old one, but
Yeah, right.
rock concerts would be my favorite to go to.
And so what's cool about that is people will often we'll talk them about your branding and, hey, show your life. And you do this really well. You're very transparent with, like jujitsu and all these things. And for some people, they will use the excuse for themselves.
Mhm.
Like, well, it's kind of off brand. And for you, you're like, my life is kind of my brand. I mean, I'm paraphrasing. You didn't say that, but how true is that for you? And is it important for the world, your following, doesn't matter, to see those things about your life?
Yes, and that's how I built my Instagram and Facebook initially. Like years ago when I got into bodybuilding, I started to post a lot online, and that's what started to build my following initially, is sharing like the races I was doing and the bodybuilding stuff I was doing, and people were interested. And what are you eating? What are you, that sort of stuff, even though I'm not a trainer. And so I've always kind of shared that stuff online. I wasn't sharing my business. So when I started sharing my business, I was like, well, okay, I just need to make a rough percentage of my posts about the offer that I have, and then everything else is still going to stay the same. I just might find a way to relate it into business more. Sometimes not. Like concerts, might be a little hard
Yeah.
to relate that to network marketing, but jujitsu can totally relate to business. So
Mhm.
like, how can I kind of connect the two, which will give people a better idea about me as a person, and then also the thing that I have to offer, because I feel like people connect, they buy you, they buy
100%.
into you. So
Now, a lot of times, so what would you tell to somebody if they say, "Look, I don't know how to connect my thing to my business. I don't know how do you connect jujitsu to your business?" What would you say to somebody? Give them an example.
jujitsu to business is very easy because it's about the journey. We're not in it. Like, it's not an immediate thing. You suck at first, and you have to be very okay with not being good and almost being embarrassed. Like, it's debilitating, and you wonder why you're doing it most of the time. So I feel like it very much mirrors an entrepreneurship journey of, like, most of the time you're questioning, why am I here and what am I doing? And then you have those few moments of clarity, like, wow, I did really well today. And then tomorrow you suck again. And so it's like you make a sale and you're feeling really good about yourself. And then the next week you get nothing. And so it's like, it really mirrors it
Yeah.
very well. But if you can't connect the two, AI is great. If
No,
you
it's very
don't know
helpful.
how to connect the passions you have, like knitting and network marketing,
We can help you.
we can help you.
Yeah, we
We
have
can make that
we have an
work.
app for that. It's
Yeah.
called ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
What about something that's obviously designed not to? Like when you show things like, say, for instance, about the concerts, your attempt there is not to even bring it into business.
No,
So what's the point to that? What
just
would it
to have fun.
just have fun?
Yeah, just to have fun. Let people know about me. Maybe we'll connect. I'll get random messages. Dude, I was there too. I'm like, what? Or
Yeah.
I just saw that person over here. Like, maybe I gain a couple new followers that like that. And then
Yeah.
it's like, oh, she also does all this stuff. Like, that's cool, because I wouldn't have thought, this has happened to me before, where it's like, I wouldn't have been interested in that sort of a thing. But then when I realized you did it,
Mm.
then I was like, oh, maybe I'll look into it because I like you.
Right.
And that's what happened to me with network marketing. I was always a no until I found someone that I liked
Yeah.
that was like, oh, you do it too? Okay, maybe I can do it. So and all your content can't be your offer. So
I wish more people understood that, because the reality is, to your excellent point, people do business with you. They don't do business with your offer. They're going to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. We always hear that, but
Yeah.
I think they do business with people that they understand, that they can see themselves in. Is that reasonable?
Yeah,
So
100%.
even if somebody goes, wow, she's into Marilyn Manson or Korn or whatever the concert is, they may not be looking for a business opportunity or the product, but they'll follow you. And then maybe somewhere down that path, maybe the breadcrumb trail leads them to that, or not, but it doesn't really matter because you've built a following. That following has the tendency to kind of build that momentum in other ways. So when you finally are kind of like, you're posting, you're doing all your thing, you ever find yourself like going, you know what? I feel like I'm going down this path where I'm attracting the wrong kind of person, or, this isn't necessarily going where I'm going. Or are you kind of cool with whatever happens? Like, you're very intentional with your message. So I don't think there's too much of an issue there, but is there something where do you ever find yourself with the content, the message, you're like, yeah, I really hope this lands, or you're like, fuck it, let's just see what happens.
I'm okay if it doesn't land.
Yeah.
That's fine if it doesn't land. Like, it's going to go away. So I rarely delete anything that I post. And I just know that if it doesn't land, that's okay. It's in another week. People aren't even really going to be looking that far down my page anyway. So it's fine. And I don't feel like I have ever really attracted the wrong people. Most people that follow me, it's like a family business fitness type of thing.
Yeah.
It's like in one of those pillars. And so it's generally been fine.
Cool. And when you do like, so when you're talking about business, what type of person is more responsive to that message? Are they ideally like an ideal customer? Do you feel like you're the people that are like, hey man, I want to learn more about that? Or do you end up finding out that those people are more tire kickers? Like, how is your kind of message received by the people that are following you?
It depends, and I think it's still a work in progress.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's still a work in progress. I do get a lot of messages from people that are already in the industry, and it's sometimes, and I would say 50% of people that are already within my company, just not with me. And so the goal there is to have a conversation, but obviously we don't steal people from other people's teams. That's not within our culture.
Yeah.
And so it's, releasing them back to the wild, but
Yeah, yeah.
seeing if I can help them. But it tends to be more people that are already in the industry, which is fine.
Mhm.
Which is fine. But That's a work in progress for me.
What's your favorite area to help people? Like when somebody reaches out, they're like, Melinda, I want to talk to you. What lights you up? Like when you get to talk to them about a specific thing.
Like helping them make their first paycheck in the business.
What do you find is like the holdback to that?
They don't think they can do it. They think they're too busy.
So are you working with belief systems or are you working with strategy?
I feel like it starts with belief. Because you can teach the strategy all you want, but if they don't believe that they can do it, that like it's got to go hand in hand. Like I can't just be like, okay, this is a system for you.
Yeah.
And they're sitting there in the back of their head like, I don't have enough time. I don't think I can do this. Who's going to listen to me? I need to drop 10 pounds before I start this thing, like, or whatever they're thinking. These
Yeah.
are just things that I've heard. I think they have to go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I got to work. If I can, I like to have an intro business call with people when they're joining to like go over like what their hangups are to try to instill at least a little bit of belief before they start working.
Yeah. So have you ever had somebody inside your company, but not your downline, reach out, you have a call with them, you release them back to the wild, as you said, and then have their upline reach out and go, hey, one of my people reached out to you. You ever had any feedback from that?
No, because I generally don't take it far enough to have an actual call with them.
Okay.
Like if they're like, we'll just chat online and they'll just ask me, hey, what are you doing? Or I saw you did this, or I saw that happened. Like, how did you get that result?
Yeah.
It's usually just a back and forth conversation.
Nice.
I usually won't get on a call with someone unless they're outside of the company I'm with. I don't think it would necessarily be a problem, but I also want to be cognizant and not cross any lines with people.
Yeah. I appreciate that. The integrity is really important. And you've always kind of held yourself to that. You guys, you particularly have had some pretty awesome accomplishments in your business. 9 years in the industry teaches you a lot. What's something that you're the most proud of?
I was the most proud of getting to the top 2%. That was a big milestone for me at that time. It wasn't really about the car. At that level, you earn, well, it's your car, but you earn money towards the purchase or lease of a car. And I didn't care about the car because I don't even like the brand of car I have. But it was the point of I did this. Like I came from this is a joke to okay, they're doing it, I can do it, to actually just like doing what I said I was going to do, actually putting actions behind my words.
Yeah.
To making that happen. And that was a pretty cool moment. Also alongside still working a full-time job. So showing people that you do not have to, this doesn't have to be your life. It needs to be a priority. I always tell people it's got to be in your top 10. If it's not going to be in your top 10 priorities, I don't know if you're going to make it that far in this business. But it doesn't have to be the main thing. And for me, it's never been the main thing. So like, I think that shows people that doesn't really take that much time. You just have to be committed.
Yeah. Now, I'm highly encouraging people that watch this to follow you because some of your stories include some pretty epic rants. Well directed. Give us one. What's something you're like, all right, you asked for it.
What did I do recently that drove me nuts? Yeah, that was the one I did recently. This person in network marketing reached out to me from another company, which is fine, but reached out to me in terms of trying to sell me their product with absolutely didn't even look at my page because the product 100% fit nothing about me, even if this person just scanned slowly for 5 seconds. And I think that that's part of what's wrong in the industry, and that's why it gets a bad name. And I told her this because I don't know her. So she got a voice message from me, and I felt like I had to. But that stuff drives me nuts. It's like, it's fine if you're going to pitch me on something. I'm in the industry. I get it. It's not generally a great way to go, but fine. You're being coached that way. But if you're reaching out, and people in my company will reach out to me. Like I don't generally say I'm with, but if you look at my page, I have things tagged with the symbol in it. Like it's pretty obvious enough what I do. And if you click on my link in bio, my stuff is linked there. Like, so make sure that you are doing just a little bit of research about who you're reaching out to before you're copying and pasting a message that someone told you to send. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that drives me nuts.
One of the many things.
One of the
in
many
the
things.
industry overall, is there something that you see? Let me ask you this. You see as something that either drives you nuts, you're like, this needs to change. And if you were CEO of network marketing, Like, I could change this. What would it be?
That's a loaded question.
Absolutely.
That's a super loaded question.
Good luck.
Good luck. People need to build their understand what their personal brand is before they just starting to shoot and sell things. And in the copy and pasting that goes along with that, like everyone at this point has been around long enough to understand when they're being pitched a copy and paste message. And it's very obvious and it has no personality. You're not addressing the person. You're not addressing the problem. You're just assuming they have this problem. What if they don't have this problem? That's annoying. And you've lost that person forever. Most likely, you probably can't come back from that unless you build yourself up so much that they're like, okay, maybe I'll give this person a second chance. Like you have screwed yourself with almost every person you talk to like that. So please, you don't have to be, and you don't need to be a social media influencer to do well. You can have 500 to 1,000 followers, but those 500 to 1,000 followers are raving fans of yours, and you can do really well with that. You don't have to have high views on your thing. So people like starting to get out there and posting things about them, like why would people follow you, and how are you connecting that to your offer? Instead of just, I'm going to find 100 people and just shoot them out this message that my upline told me to shoot out.
Yeah.
Like not effective. And I've done it.
How'd it work?
Didn't.
How did it feel? Like, was you're like, oh, this is fun?
Well, I'm like someone, and I was telling one of my mentors the other day, like, you tell me to go out back and eat dirt because that's going to make my ads perform better. I'm going into the back and I'm eating dirt. How much?
Yeah.
So I will do what I'm being coached to do. And when I don't know any better to say no, I'll do it. And it felt weird. Like it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But I think any interest that I did get at that point of time was because of what I built already. Like they were following me from bodybuilding. Okay, so she's done this. She went pro. She went pro in bikini. She went pro in figure. That's something that I find interesting. So now if I have something health related that I'm blasting a copy and paste message about, it might do better because they're following me for health stuff. But the only reason that anyone probably got back to me was only because they had followed me before. And they saw something that I did, not because of that stupid, terrible message that I sent.
So all sins forgiven off of that one.
I'm sure it was so long ago.
How do you approach a person? Like what would you kind of prescribe or recommend if they're like, hey, this is great. I don't know the first damn thing about building a personal brand. Where would you have them sort of begin in that quest or that journey to build a really strong personal brand?
When I think about like when people join our team, if they're interested in promoting on social media and not just like the in the kitchen, in-person parties, we have like a launch sequence for them to follow that includes not cold messaging people, but includes things to start posting on social media. So it's not copy and paste. It's an idea of a static post, a carousel post, a reel, and then an idea of a caption. And then they need to take that and make it their own. So we have that set up for people that can come in and start doing that. But it's about, they need to find the pillars of things that are important to them. So like what matters to you? Yeah. What are the things that matter most to you? So a lot of people, for them, it's family. Okay, great. And a lot of people, it's fitness, at least that are in my realm that attract to me. It's fitness. Okay, so you run marathons and you love your family. What's another one? And then, okay, so now those are the three things that you care most about. Those are the three things that people are going to be coming to your page for. So now you got to start talking about it. And honestly, there's a lot of amazing people you can follow on Instagram to get inspiration from. I'm saying Instagram because I use it the most out of all the platforms. But like, it's not copying. It's just getting inspiration from people of things that they've done. But I think you have to just be okay with sucking as you're building. Like, it's going to be bad. Like, I look back at some of my first reels or anything that I did, like when I first, about a year and a half ago, said I'm doing this. And it's like, like filmed in a car, like bad lighting. Like, what was I thinking? I know better, but it was bad. But you got to rip the Band-Aid off. Yeah. And just, people will paralyze themselves and the fear stops them from doing anything. And it's like, oh, build a personal brand. Just start posting about yourself. Yeah. You're not bragging about yourself. Just start posting about yourself. Did you run 10 miles today before work? That's freaking awesome. Like, how many people would be so inspired by that and post it?
Yeah.
Great.
And don't worry about tying it to your
No,
business.
it doesn't.
Just post
No,
that.
just post it. Just post stuff, like the 3 things that matter most to you.
Hmm.
Just go with it.
Nice. Yeah. It's cool to hear you say this because the idea that you can build a personal brand that it's all about stuff you care about. Like you said, you genuinely care about what's important to you. You can look at others for inspiration, but don't look at that as I'm going to now duplicate.
No,
You
no,
really don't want to do that.
no.
It's actually the faster road to ruin
Yeah.
than it is to success.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I get people that are so stuck. I'm like, who do you follow? Like, just go look through. Just do this. Don't save anything because then you're going to try to copy it.
Yeah.
Just go like look through. Like scan some just general reels. Like look up a topic or a hashtag and like scan through some general stuff, like to start getting your brain moving.
Hmm.
But yeah, don't copy it because it's obvious.
You know, it's even a really good web designer. They'll say, give me 2, 3, or 4 websites that you've seen or people that you follow that you want to emulate. And that web designer will kind of take a look at the general gist. They don't try to duplicate it.
Yeah.
Unless, I guess, if you said, I want it to look just like this,
Yeah.
then they would do that. But they're looking for that kind of theme and that flow through. And I think that's really important, especially in a personal brand. Now, I asked you before, what drives you nuts? What could you go on a rant on? Let's talk about the opposite end of that. What's something you could just talk nonstop about with regard to the industry, opportunity, something you're excited about, something you love about it, where you're like, man, sing this from the mountaintop. What would that be for you?
It's not going anywhere. The industry's not going anywhere. Everyone's freaking out because companies are closing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the majority do. First 10 years, it's not happening. Like so many shut down. Like the reason I'm not saying don't join a new company because some last. I joined an older company with a long-standing history because I said, if I'm going to do this, I'm probably not moving. Like when I make a decision, I make a decision. So that was one of my rationale. I'm not saying that's the best for everybody, but it's not going anywhere. The industry's not going anywhere. It's going to grow, in my personal opinion. And being able to make money online is something that everyone can do. It's not for everybody. So it's like everybody can do this, even though everybody it's not meant for. I don't know how to put that. That doesn't sound right, but
It actually makes sense.
it makes sense. So it's people are like scared to join, or I don't know, or I've seen this company close or that company close, or it's just like having the ability to do something that you can do literally from your phone or a laptop from anywhere in the world for most companies is super valuable to have because you do not know what is going to happen. That's super powerful.
Yeah.
Like enough people don't have something that they don't have a plan B if their plan A goes to shit. And that's very important. And also well, this is another conversation, but like, I just don't believe in counting on anyone else for anything, anything.
Let's go. Opening. Let's go.
Well, just like if you're married to husband, wife, like
Yeah.
counting on that other person to, oh, well, my husband makes this. My husband, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care what he does. I need to have this for myself. Like too many women specifically, gender roles, but women specifically a lot of times get themselves into situations where they cannot depart or do certain things because they don't have the income for themselves. Super important. And I preach it all the time for my team because my team is like 90% women.
Well, I can tell you that probably 90% of people watching this right now are either women or somebody who wish that a woman in their life would hear that. How come that's so important? Because aside from the gender side of it,
Yeah.
it's that sovereignty, right?
Yeah.
The ability to be detached of necessity.
Yes.
And people think, well, I can't really do that.
Oh, you can.
But you not only can, you
Yeah.
must.
Yes.
So go on.
100%. And nothing bad has happened in my life to make me think that way. Like there's been no reason. My husband watches this. He's like, are you divorcing me? Like, it's not anything that has happened to me. It's me watching it happen to other people.
Yeah.
That they're like, I can't leave because I don't have enough to leave. Like, I don't know what I would do. And you only have one life. And then you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in. Could potentially be dangerous, or you just might be unhappy because you don't have a plan B. And you always just assumed, well, he'll take care of it.
Right.
And maybe he will. Maybe. What if he dies? That's also it doesn't have to be an unhappy marriage.
Right.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
pending how things are set up. Like, it's just, I think it's very important to know. And I think it's a huge sense of security
Oh, yeah.
that I can lay my head down at night. Like, I think financial problems, married or single, are one of the biggest issues that people face on a daily basis. Like, worrying about bills. Where's this going to come from? Where's that going to come from? And we do have a relative control over that
Mm-hmm.
to make that situation different. Not everybody, but a
Mhm.
lot of people.
Yeah.
So
Hey, my friends, hope you're enjoying the show. I wanted to take a quick minute and invite you to something very cool. If you are tired of following up with dead leads, if you're tired of all the spammy, scammy conversations online, if you're tired of chasing down friends, family, and people you work with just to get somebody interested in your business, and you would actually like to talk to highly qualified people who have a genuine interest in doing business with you, then we have our all digital 5-day boot camp that teaches you all the things that we do, and it will help you get 3 to 7 new customers each and every single week. That's our personal guarantee to you. If you want to take advantage of that, click the link directly below this, or you can go to attractionmarketing.com/YouTube. Now, let's get you back to the show. One thing that is, to me, I think one of the most important parts of what you said there, like when we talk about the ability to be self-directed, self-sufficient, whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
is it's not about, oh, what if the marriage falls apart or what if the spouse passes away? It's what if you were so self-sufficient, so free, what would your life, your marriage look like? You'd be a totally different person, happier, more out loud, more wide open. And what would that look like for your kids? What would that look like for the people you interact with? What would it look like with the people that you roll jujitsu with or go to
Yeah.
church with or whatever the thing is you do? Like, you'd be a different version of yourself. And if more people followed what you're talking about, dude, the world would be like amazing. It's not about, oh, I have a job and therefore that's it.
Yeah.
The glass ceiling that a lot of people build for themselves, by the way. You build what you want. That's the other beautiful thing about network marketing. You can go as big as you want.
Right.
You can make it as simple as you want. Hey, I just want a few bucks for groceries. No problem.
Right.
No sin. Or, dude, I want Bugatti money. I want, private jet money. Roger that. Let's go. Right. And so that's the great thing is people can write their own ticket. And to your point, it's like, what if you just made yourself sovereign? What if you made yourself, not untouchable in terms of the fear, the concern, the stress? What would life look like? I wish more people kind of thought like you. That's
Totally,
cool.
totally different.
Yeah.
If people weren't constantly plagued in the back of their head of like paycheck to paycheck type of thing. And again, I understand that some people that's slightly unavoidable based on the situation that they might be in,
Sure.
right? But it is controllable. And you got to like start preparing for things before the thing happens. So a lot of times with my team, and it's been nothing major like earth shattering, thank God, but they'll be like, well, I just lost my job, or my car had to go into the shop and it's going to be $5,000 to fix. And I don't want to pull that from savings, or I'm going to jump into, I have a trip I need to take. So I'm going to work my network marketing business for 2 months to try to save up for that trip. Like, no, this is why we do things when we don't need it.
Mhm.
Like, we do it when we don't need it to build for when we do need it. And you don't know, because all of us in life are going to face shit times. Like, something is going to happen. It's not going to be a perfect ride. So like, you got to start building before the shit starts happening, so that when the shit does happen, you're in a better spot and you're not as stressed and overwhelmed. And you're like, you know what? I got this.
Yeah.
Like, I can face this.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you were talking a little bit about this before, and it's like the industry's not going anywhere. And if a company goes under, it goes under. That's a pretty strong place to be, a place of kind of like internal strength. And you're firmly grounded on the floor. What about the people that are literally hearing this and they're like, well, maybe this wasn't supposed to be, maybe I should get out of the industry just because a company failed? Like, shake them by the shoulders. What are you going to tell them?
Well, if this is from joining here,
Yeah.
like, because I didn't have this before. First of all, your company has a CRM of some sort. It might not be good, but you can, before a company goes down, you can grab that information. That's why it's important to have a personal brand. Like, why are these people following you? Because if you're going to reach out to them with a new offer from a new company that you join, you have to have that relationship with them. But in the meantime, like, you can over time, and a lot of people will change what they have to offer. Like it might not be a lot of people change companies just out of they want to, not necessarily that it shut down. I haven't been in that spot,
Yeah.
but I could be. I hope not, but I could be. And if I am, I'm prepared because I'm building an email list and I have those leads coming in of people that are interested in network marketing. And so if I end up in that situation, as much as it sucks, and it will suck and it would be horrible, you can rebuild. It might affect your income in the
Yeah.
meantime, but you can rebuild, which is another reason I tell people until it can become your main thing, because I don't believe that anything is 100% secure.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, and that's not a like a scarcity and a
Yeah,
fear thing.
no.
You're like, hey, just it's the reality of life.
Like, I don't want someone to be like, "I quit my job." Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that. And then what happened to me is, we were riding high for 2 years. Like, life was good. We were earning the trips and everyone was promoting and everyone was happy and people were oh, it was great until it wasn't. And that wasn't because I pulled off the gas. Like, I didn't change. My work ethic and what I did never faltered. I cannot control other people and things happening in their lives. I can only control this. So,
Which is awesome.
which is awesome and frustrating all at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's interesting. Are you somebody who like uses AI extensively? What's your how do you see AI?
I think it's awesome and I think more people should use it. But I think you need to know how to do the things before you use AI. So like you need to know, like when I joined Attraction Marketing, I wrote all my own captions I still do write at least half my own captions. Or I'm prompting ChatGPT to help me with my own words. But I for a while did everything on my own, like hooks, captions, emails. Like I wrote them by myself because I think if you don't know how to do it, you don't know what you're looking for
Yeah.
AI to do. But I think it's a huge time saver
Mm-hmm.
in terms of if you're stuck with content, it will generate a content calendar for you. If you're stuck on your words, you can. I talk to ChatGPT when I'm walking in the morning to help it generate a caption. Usually I have to prompt it like 10 different times. Well, I want to talk about this. Okay. And then it sends something. Well, no, that's not what I want it to sound. And then it generates it again. So I think if you learn how to use it, it can be a huge help with time. It's like anything we can do to shrink the time because we only have so many hours in a day, and how much do you want to accomplish, and how much, like, what do you want to be spending the time on versus what can you have something else help you do?
Yeah. How do you see, if you do, people misusing it or maybe misunderstanding how to use it?
I think some people are afraid of it. Like they won't use it out of just, I don't understand how it works, so I'm just not going to use this thing. But misusing it, at least in the network marketing industry, is AI is great for creating something, but how are you then going to have the conversation with the person when they come to you? Like everything can't be automated. Fernie was touching on this today. I was like, oh, yeah. AI can't do everything for you. And if you can't sit down and have a conversation with someone and express what you mean just because AI did everything for you, even if you're sometimes when I have AI automating responses off of one of my ads, 90% of the time I jump into the conversation myself and send a voice message to that person because I'm not convinced that it answered the question that the person had. So like I'll let it go and then I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So I think you need to have like a really strong grip on how to have a conversation and how to do the things that you want it to do.
So you've kind of trained it how to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of people misunderstand that. It's just a machine.
It's just a
It
machine.
doesn't think. I mean, it thinks, but
Yeah.
it's really seeking information.
Yeah.
And so if you give it guidance, it'll be way more effective.
Yes.
Have you found what's the most exciting thing or the most useful thing you found about it outside of what you've already described? Like if you were going to use AI, if I said, hey, what's the next 12 months going to look like for your use of the tool itself? What would you think it might look like?
Responses to messages on times that I normally wouldn't be responding to messages. It's like we cannot be glued, and I am guilty of this because I do so much on social media. I am on social media a lot. But I don't think of it as I'm just screwing around. I think of it as I'm generally doing something business related when I'm on there. But there's times that I'm not on my phone or not responding to messages, and having something there that can do things in hours that I'm not working is really just maximizing the amount I can get done in a day. So like that response to conversations, like having that AI chat set up to do that. And it's made sales. Like when I'm sleeping, which is you wake up and you're like, oh, That's fun. Didn't
Yeah.
even talk to that person.
Yeah.
So it can be super useful.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're traveling.
Yeah.
If you love to travel, you're
Yeah.
going to need to know it. Did you have to go through a learning curve with that? Or was it something that was like, hey, I'm just going to teach you how to do this, and it started working for you?
I mean, I ask a lot of questions. Like, I can teach myself most things if I get like enough guidance. I can self-teach.
Mhm.
So I feel like yes, it's a learning, and it's still a learning curve. Like I still have things that I need set up
Mhm.
and to learn how to set them up, because even if someone else is going to set it up for me, I still need to know how they did the thing
Yeah.
so that I can fix the thing. Or if I don't have them anymore, I know what I'm doing. So it's definitely like a learning process, because it's not something that I'm super savvy in, but it'll get there.
Yeah.
It'll get there.
What's interesting too is not maybe so much an AI topic itself, is the ability for a person to just be coachable, but also curious enough where they don't feel like they have to have everything spoon fed to them. One thing that is like a common theme, high performers, you're a great example of this, is people who are almost obnoxiously dogged in their pursuit of knowledge. Like you mentioned, I'll ask 1,000 questions unless I have to. What does that need? Like, how does that characteristic or that behavior, how has that led to kind of where you're at today as an entrepreneur?
Just I'm not afraid to ask for what I need, or if I don't know what I need, ask what I need. Like being able to take criticism and not taking it personally, and ask it again, ask the question again. I
Well,
lost myself.
do you ever find like the desire to be like the curious, the dogged pursuit of finding the solution? How has that served you? Like you're somebody who I look at as a great example of that. You're just like, dude, I don't care. I will chew a hole through the wall for success. And if I don't know how to do that, I'll find the answer.
I'll find someone.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a constant student. I've always been that way.
Yeah.
I've always been like a constant through degrees and everything. I've been like a constant seeker of knowledge.
Yeah.
It's just in me.
Yeah.
It hasn't like it's just since I was little.
Yeah.
It's always been in me.
Outside of business,
Yeah.
what do you like find yourself geeking out over, where you're like, I just have a thirst for knowledge in that specific area?
I love crime stuff, like true crime type stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting. We talked about the pyramids.
Yeah.
Also very interesting. Anything like that. I almost went into the FBI. I got accepted to the FBI. I almost had a job.
Wow.
Well, I had a job. I turned it down. So like that stuff has always been interesting.
Yeah.
That's not related to anything that I do.
That's pretty cool.
I have a master's in criminal justice.
Do you
In
really?
psychology. Yeah. I find that stuff super interesting. I don't use it like for anything that I do.
Really?
Not
Do
really.
you ever find like you're like talking to somebody, or you're observing somebody, you're like, psychopath. That person right there,
It was so
axe
long.
murderer
It was
and
so
hiding.
long ago. So
Yeah.
long ago, probably.
So
not.
not really?
No, probably not.
Yeah. What about like, so high performance stuff, your weightlifting, bodybuilding, jujitsu, do you see any crossover as far as like psychology to be successful in that into business? I know I kind of teased this earlier, but what have you learned from those areas that have helped you and benefited you as not?
Everything, you're going to suck at everything,
Mhm.
and it's going to be embarrassing for a period of time.
How come you
not.
do that though? Like
I have
you
no.
put yourself
I
through that.
feel like, and it's in my head. I feel like if I'm not constantly trying to achieve something, I'm falling short of my potential. I
Okay.
don't really know what my potential is, but I'm falling short of it if I'm constantly not trying to pursue and like master something.
Mm-hmm.
It's just in my head.
Is it I'm bored, let's do something hard, or is it, damn it, let's
I-
find out how hard the suck can be?
I am in a better mood when I am doing things that are hard,
Mm-hmm.
because after I do the thing that's hard, everything else is so much easier. And then I'm like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
I did that thing,
Yeah.
I think.
So
That's how it goes
what do
in
you
my
say to the person that's like, nah, man, I'd rather be on the couch drinking Prosecco?
Well, you don't know that
Yeah.
because you're drinking Prosecco on the couch. How do you know you don't want to run up a mountain
Yeah.
for 18 miles until you do it? And then every single time I find when like you keep a promise to yourself, that's another big thing, is like doing the hard thing you're keeping a promise to yourself.
Mhm.
And every time you keep a promise to yourself and you do that hard thing, you build trust with yourself. And too many people don't trust themselves at all. It's like, well, I'm going to start tomorrow and I'm going to run a mile every day. Right? It doesn't have to be anything crazy, because to you, a mile can be very, very difficult to run a mile.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that and they wake up and over again, they don't do it, then they never believe that they're going to do anything.
Mhm.
They just like never anything, business, a sport, painting, anything.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I find when I do hard things and I prove to myself that I can do it, even if I suck at it, even if I'm not good at it,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, I did it though. Like I showed up.
Yeah.
Important.
What's something that somebody else probably doesn't think is hard, but you're like, that is hard for me?
I think is hard.
That they think is easy, or
They-
something that they do, but you're like, oh, dude, that's so hard. Because we're sitting here going, what you're talking about, like, oh shit, that's hard. Let's flip the script.
There's got to be stuff.
Yeah. For me, it's like
Heck.
small talk. Like some people love
Oh,
it.
you're talking about like that sort of stuff too.
Shit, man. Some people love to just strike up a conversation. I'm like,
Depends
I
on
would
who
rather
I'm
shove a
around.
pencil in my eye.
It depends on who I'm around.
Yeah,
I
maybe
can
that's
be
true.
very extroverted for pieces of time. If I enjoy who I'm talking to, I can talk.
Yeah.
If I don't enjoy who I'm talking to, it's going to be a short conversation.
Are you extroverted, introverted mostly? Like, what side would you consider yourself mostly?
I probably act extroverted more than I am introverted, but my battery runs out. So like I can only people for so long. So like when I'm at conferences,
Yeah.
not specifically here, because this is going to sound bad if anyone's watching, but I like all you guys. But I will, like if I'm at a network marketing conference, like I disappear.
No.
Like people be like, where's Melinda? It doesn't know where I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in my room.
None of your business.
Not talking to anybody. Even if I like the people I'm sitting next to, like I'll suddenly disappear. So
Yeah.
that's something hard. Like I can't sit that's something that's very hard for me. I can't sit down.
Yeah.
I cannot sit down. I walk, I have to be, and if I'm on my laptop, I can sit and work,
Right.
but I can't sit down on my couch and watch TV. I can't do it. I cannot sit and watch a movie.
Wow.
I can't. I will be like, oh, maybe I should create a reel right now and save it. Like I cannot sit down. So it's honestly, in order to relax, I have to be like getting a massage or like actively doing something that I have no other option to just sit.
Yeah. I bet cross country or cross transatlantic air travel's a joy for you. Flying from the East Coast over to Europe must have been
First class.
a ball game for you.
First class.
Oh, well, that's different.
Because I can work. I had like a little pod. I had my laptop set up. I got so much done.
Yeah.
I had like full access to everything.
Martinis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
let's be honest with ourselves and each
Absolutely.
other.
Yeah.
That's the only way to travel. All right, cool. Well, look, I'm going to go rapid fire here.
Okay.
We got these questions mailed to us from our fan base from all across the globe.
Okay.
Maybe even Antarctica.
Then I'll visit that person.
The people want to know.
Okay.
Melinda Spencer. Any particular book or thing that has made a transformation in how you see yourself and your business? Something where you're like, I needed that. And it was a big paradigm shift for you.
There's so many good books. It's very difficult. There's two specifically. Go Pro by Eric Worre, because of the professionalism within network marketing, because I needed that mentally for the shift at that time for me. And the second one would be Relentless by Tim Grover. Thank you. Both Relentless and Winning are good, but Relentless specifically was mentally a good game changer for me.
Relentless is, I almost think if you want to be a high performer, especially in business, it could be life. You could say, hey, I'm not a business person. I'm a nurse. I'm a whatever it is. I'm a truck driver. I'm a electrician. Fine. It'll still work for you. But if you're an entrepreneur and you want to build a business, it's a must read.
It's very good.
Yeah.
I like his voice.
Yeah.
So I listen to it.
Yeah, he's great. Yeah, he's actually awesome. Something or someone that you're most proud of helping, or something you've accomplished you're most proud of, or someone you've helped that you're most proud that you helped them.
About a specific woman on my network marketing team that definitely has low self-confidence in herself. And she promoted to the top 8% of our company. And if you met her, saw her, you might think there's no way that she would do this business. Like there's no way that in watching her overcome that earn a trip for her family because financially that was a big deal for her. Like the finances were huge for her and her family. Like the money made at the top 8% was life-changing for them.
Wow.
So watching that, and then she's something that also doesn't do much for herself.
Mhm.
Like almost she has 6 kids. So when you think you don't have time, she's 6 kids, husband. They're all in sports, great athletes in the family. Like she is worked full time, like nothing for herself, like never took care of herself. Everything was everyone else. And she made time for herself to do this and then promoted to the top 8% and earned a trip at the same time. Her business has been a roller coaster since, but like that in itself was probably the coolest thing.
Yeah. How were you like when that happened?
I drove to her house. I brought liquor in my car. We took shots. I was like, get out of your house right now because she's not like impossible to get her out of her house. I'm like, I'm in your driveway. She's like, you're what? In your driveway. And we took shots
That's awesome.
in the car with balloons in the back.
Hell yeah.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good on you.
Yeah.
Sherry Shaver from Shreveport wants to know, what's your guilty pleasure?
God.
Oh, come on. You gotta have something.
Probably have a ton, actually.
Something that people would be like, no way.
I'm usually really good on the spot. Right now, I feel like I'm failing.
Trashy novels, junk
No.
food. Not a junk food.
I'm not a junk food person. This is weird. I love dried figs. Is that weird? It's not really that good of a guilty pleasure, but like if I get a bag from Costco,
Yeah.
I'll eat the whole thing. That's like
The
not
whole
a
thing.
great, the whole thing.
Just go
I
lunch, go
can't
nuts.
stop myself.
Yeah.
It's not a good guilty pleasure though. Like I'm sure I have other ones.
Well, I mean, it's probably like it blow out your macros. Like at some point you'd be like, ooh, too many carbs.
Yeah, no,
You know?
terrible. Like
Yeah.
wreck for a week.
But you just
It's
go
not a
nuts.
yeah, I can't stop myself.
If we turn our back on Melinda, you're tearing that thing apart.
I cannot stop myself.
Dried figs. That's the
I'm not kidding.
that's the weakness.
But there's more. I just can't think of this.
Now we know how to break you in an interrogation.
Dried figs.
Get her
Yeah.
to get her to crack. Bring the dry figs.
There's more. I just
Sure.
can't
We'll
think of
find them.
anything.
We'll
find
figure
them.
it out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a total pleasure. I appreciate the time.
Yeah.
It's been cool to learn more about you, and I'm super impressed by what you have created and what you continue to do, and super grateful for your leadership. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Cheers to you. Oh, I forgot to ask. We're not done yet.
Mhm.
Where can people learn more about you?
Follow me on social media.
Yeah.
Be the best place.
Instagram. We kind of
Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on both. They're connected.
they have to follow your stories.
And follow my stories. If you want to hear me swear, rant
Yes.
a couple times a week.
Epic, well directed, always has a point, and it lands well. Rants.
Go for it.
Yes.
It's my handle. At Melinda _Spencer.fe. And people go, why FE? Is that your middle name? No, FE is the periodic table of elements for iron.
Shit.
That's what it means. No one gets it.
That's
Everyone is like, is that your middle? What's your middle name? Not that.
now that's a cool fact.
Yeah.
I'm glad we asked that. Melinda _Spencer_FE
Melinda _Spencer.fe.
.FE. Well,
You'll find me
they'll
because there's
figure
not a lot of Melindas. So like you'll find me if you start typing it up.
and it's definitely the FE part. We'll
Well,
remember
you'll
forever.
remember. Yeah.
Iron.
Iron.
Badass.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. Hey, what's up, my friends? Hope you enjoyed that show. Hope you got some great value from the content, and hope you enjoyed our conversation with our speaker. I want to just remind you, if you are ready to stop chasing people and start having people chase you, if you're tired of all the spammy, scammy conversations all the time, and you'd rather have 3 to 7 highly qualified customers each and every single week coming to you in your inbox, you are invited to grab our free 5-day digital boot camp that will teach you how to attract the right kind of people, create the kind of influence so you can start enrolling those 3 to 7 customers each and every single week. And you can get that at the link below, or you can go to attractionmarketing.com/YouTube. That's attractionmarketing.com/YouTube. And if you got some great value from the show and you want to stay in touch, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and of course, share this message far and wide. There will be much more conversations just like this one coming at you very soon. Look forward to having you with us here with the Attraction Marketing Show.